For more than a decade, the NBA was a battlefield, and at the center of it all were two titans, Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. They were the undisputed heirs to Michael Jordan's throne, the faces of the league, and the fuel for one of the most passionate debates in sports history. Fans still argue endlessly about who was the better player. Team Kobe will point to the 5 championship rings and his legendary Mamba mentality as all the proof they need. They'll talk about that killer instinct, the picture-perfect footwork, and a fadeaway jumper so unstoppable it felt like a cheat code. For them, Kobe's singular focus was on absolute destruction, and that's what made him the Black Mamba. But what if I told you that when these two actually went head-to-head, the numbers tell a story that's not just different, but for some, downright shocking. In their 22 face-offs on the court, one player didn't just win. He consistently dominated, and it wasn't even close. So what happens when we cut through the clips, acknowledge the bias, and actually look at the evidence? This video is not about feelings, it's about the facts. We're going to break down their rivalry from the first game to the last. And by the end, we'll finally have a clear picture of who truly had the upper hand when these two greats clashed. You know, the biggest tragedy of the Kobe-LeBron rivalry is that we never, not once, got to see them battle it out in the NBA Finals. It was the titanic matchup the world was promised but never got. All we have are their 22 regular season games, but even within those, there's a fascinating story about two legendary careers crossing paths at the perfect moments. Their very first meeting was on January 12, 2004. LeBron James was just an 18-year-old rookie, a phenom trying to live up to the impossible hype of being called the Chosen One. Kobe Bryant, on the other hand, was in his absolute prime, already a 3-time champion. The situations couldn't have been more different. LeBron was just learning the ropes, surrounded by a pretty forgettable Cleveland Cavaliers roster. Kobe was the established alpha, the most skilled scorer on the planet, desperately trying to prove he could win a ring without Shaq. In those first few matchups, the results were mixed. Kobe's Lakers took the first 2 games, but in that very first contest, a rookie LeBron was slowed down by an injury. Their second meeting saw Kobe go down with a bad ankle sprain. It wasn't until February 2005 that we got the first real showdown. LeBron, then in his second year, dropped 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists to grab his first win against Kobe. This early phase was all about a young, developing LeBron testing his strength against a prime, but often frustrated Kobe. After Shaq left, the Lakers went into a rebuild. Kobe was putting up historic numbers, like his iconic 81-point game in 2006, but the team just wasn't winning at a high level. He was a lone wolf, dragging mediocre teams to the playoffs. Meanwhile, LeBron was skyrocketing. By 2007, he had single-handedly carried his Cavaliers to the NBA Finals, something Kobe hadn't done yet as the lone leader of his team. The early head-to-head record was pretty close, but you could already see the tide starting to turn. LeBron wasn't just a prodigy anymore. He was becoming a serious problem. Now, this was the golden era. This was the rivalry we were all waiting for. From 2008 to 2010, Kobe and LeBron were, without a doubt, the 2 best players in the world. The NBA, the fans, everyone was desperate for a final showdown. Nike's Most Valuable Puppets ad campaign perfectly captured the moment. It was the Mamba versus the King, and every game they played felt like a preview for a championship series that seemed destined to happen. During this time, LeBron's individual dominance in their head-to-head games became impossible to ignore. In the 2007-08 season, LeBron won the NBA scoring title, while Kobe, now teamed up with Pau Gasol, shifted his game to be more team-focused and won the MVP. In their 2 meetings that season, LeBron's Cavaliers won both games, with LeBron averaging an incredible 37 points to Kobe's 27. The story was set. LeBron was the unstoppable individual force, a walking triple-double. Kobe was the refined general, leading a championship army. In 2009, a finals clash felt inevitable. LeBron won his first MVP and led the Cavs to a league-best 66 wins. Kobe's Lakers were the top team in the West. But then, the unthinkable happened. The Orlando Magic, led by Dwight Howard, knocked off the Cavaliers, robbing us of the dream matchup. Kobe went on to win his 4th ring, his first without Shaq. The next year, 2010, felt like a replay. LeBron won his 2nd straight MVP. The Cavs were again the best in the East. The Lakers were dominant out West. And once again, fate had other plans. This time, it was the Boston Celtics' star-studded team, consisting of Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, and Ray Allen. who sent LeBron home early. Kobe would go on to win his fifth and final championship, getting his revenge in a brutal 7-game series against those same Celtics he lost the finals to in 2008. So, in this 3-year window, when both players were at the absolute peak of their powers, leading two of the best teams in basketball, the pattern was clear. LeBron's teams usually won the head-to-head games, and his individual stats were better. But it was Kobe who walked away with the ultimate prize, twice. This period is the perfect snapshot of the whole debate. Does individual dominance in a head-to-head matchup matter more than winning a championship? When LeBron took his talents to South Beach in the summer of 2010, the entire NBA landscape shifted. He was no longer the lone hero in Cleveland. He was the villain leading a new super team. Kobe, at the same time, was heading into the twilight of his career. He was still an elite player, but you could see the years of deep playoff runs were starting to take their toll. Their games in this final act felt less like a battle for the crown and more like a symbolic passing of the torch. LeBron, now in his own prime, was the undisputed best player alive. He took the Heat to 4 straight finals, winning his first 2 championships in 2012 and 2013, and was named both MVP and Finals MVP both years. Kobe, on the other hand, was fighting a losing battle against Father Time. Their matchups were still huge showdowns, but the competitive balance had clearly shifted for good. LeBron's Heat, and later his Cavs teams, were just flat-out better than Kobe's aging Lakers. And the head-to-head record during this time shows it, as LeBron just kept piling up wins. Their final game against each other on March 10, 2016, it was friendly, respectful. Kobe was on his farewell tour, a celebrated icon, soaking it all in. LeBron was the reigning king, paying his respects to the man who had been his rival for more than a decade. When the dust finally settled on their 22 showdowns, LeBron James walked away with a shocking 16-6 record against Kobe Bryant. It's a number that genuinely surprises people who grew up believing Kobe always had the upper hand, but the numbers don't lie. When they were on the court together, LeBron's teams won over 70% of the time. But, as we know, that's only one part of this incredible story. To really figure out who outplayed whom, we have to go beyond the timeline and break down their games. We need to look at their skills, their biggest wins, and their overall impact, to see where each legend truly held the edge. This is probably where the arguments get the most heated. Kobe Bryant is seen by many as one of the most skilled scorers in basketball history. He was a master of the mid-range, and his footwork was like poetry in motion. His fadeaway jumper was a direct tribute to Michael Jordan, and was basically unguardable. Kobe had an endless bag of tricks, up and unders, spin moves, and a crazy desire to take and make the hardest shots you can imagine. He won 2 scoring titles and averaged a ridiculous 35.4 points per game in the 2005-06 season. That 81-point game is a monument to his scoring genius, the second highest point total in a single game ever. For Kobe, scoring was a brutal, beautiful art form. His career average of 25.0 points per game proves he could get buckets for 20 straight years. LeBron James is a different kind of offensive weapon. He's not the artist, he's the engine. He's a force of nature, a freight train coming down the court. While Kobe mastered finesse, LeBron has always been about ruthless efficiency. His greatest weapon has always been his unmatched ability to get to the rim whenever he wants, using his insane mix of size, speed, and power. But just calling him a driver is doing him a huge disservice. LeBron became a solid outside shooter and a tough post player, but his greatest offensive weapon, and what really sets him apart from Kobe, is his passing. LeBron is the greatest point forward the game has ever seen. His basketball IQ is one of one, and his ability to see the court and pick apart a defense is second to none. You can see it in their career assist numbers. Kobe was a good passer, averaging 4.7 assists per game, but LeBron has been the main playmaker his whole career, averaging 7.4. And when it comes to scoring, LeBron's career average of around 27 points per game is actually higher than Kobe's. He even won a scoring title himself back in 2008. So, while Kobe might have been the more skilled and stylish scorer, you can make a strong case that LeBron was the more impactful offensive player overall, because of his mix of high-volume scoring and genius-level passing. Defense is where superstars become legends. Both Kobe and LeBron were dominant defenders in their prime, but they did it in completely different ways. Kobe Bryant was a nasty lockdown perimeter defender. He modeled his entire game after Michael Jordan, and that included his defensive fire. He had lightning-quick hands, perfect footwork, and a competitive drive that bordered on insane. Kobe loved the challenge of guarding the other team's best scorer every single night, and he was rewarded for it, with 12 all-defensive team selections, including 9 times on the first team. That puts him in a very elite group as one of the most decorated defensive guards of all time. LeBron James's defensive genius came from his unbelievable versatility, standing at 6'9" and 250 pounds, with the speed of a guard. LeBron is a freak of nature. In his prime, he could truly guard all 5 positions. We saw him body up centers in the post, chase guards around screens, and of course become famous for his signature chase down block. While he has fewer all-defensive selections than Kobe, he earned 6 of them, with 5 being first-team honors during his absolute peak in Miami. The argument for LeBron is that his versatility made his teams more flexible. He could switch onto anybody, destroy pick and rolls, and protect the rim in ways a 6'6" guard like Kobe just physically couldn't. So who was better? It really comes down to what you prefer. Do you want the specialist, the perimeter assassin who could shut down his direct opponent? Or do you want the versatile chess piece who could control the game defensively from anywhere on the court? This is the ace up the sleeve for Team Kobe. 5 championships to 4. For a lot of people, the debate ends right there. Rings are the ultimate measuring stick, and 5 obviously beats 4. Kobe won 3 straight titles with Shaq from 2000 to 2002. Then, he proved he could win as the main man, going back-to-back in 2009 and 2010, and winning Finals MVP both times. But context does matter. For his first 3 rings, Kobe was the clear number 2 behind the most dominant big man ever, Shaquille O'Neal. That doesn't take away from the championships, but it puts his role in perspective. LeBron, on the other hand, has been the undisputed best player and leader on all 4 of his championship teams. He won 2 in Miami, brought 1 home to Cleveland in a legendary comeback against a 73-win Warriors team, and won another with the Lakers in 2020. He has 4 Finals MVP awards, to Kobe's 2. The counter-argument, of course, is LeBron's Finals record. He's been to the Finals 10 times, but has a 4-6 record. Kobe went to 7 Finals and won 5. Then there's the whole clutch debate. The story has always been that Kobe, the Black Mamba, was the ultimate clutch player, while LeBron tended to shrink in big moments. Kobe's fearlessness with the game on the line is the stuff of legend. He always wanted the last shot and was never afraid to fail. But the actual numbers tell a more complicated story. In the playoffs, on shots to tie or take the lead in the final minute, LeBron actually has a higher field goal percentage than Kobe. It seems the idea of Kobe's superior clutchness might be more about his Mamba mentality and his willingness to take tough shots than his actual success rate compared to LeBron. So, what's more important? The total number of rings? How many you won as the clear number 1 guy? The number of Finals MVPs? A winning record in the Finals? The answer is complicated and depends entirely on what you value most. Beyond the numbers and awards, what really made these 2 special were their minds. They had 2 of the most brilliant basketball brains ever, but they approached the game from opposite ends of the spectrum. Kobe Bryant's approach was famously called the Mamba mentality. It was a mindset built on an obsessive work ethic and a cold-blooded killer instinct. Kobe didn't just want to win, he wanted to dominate you, to break your will. He was driven by a burning desire to be the best, and he was famously tough on his teammates, demanding that they meet his impossibly high standards. This mentality gave us some of the most iconic moments in NBA history, and made him one of the most feared competitors to ever play. LeBron James, on the other hand, plays the game like a supercomputer. His greatness comes from his unbelievable basketball IQ. Where Kobe saw a one-on-one duel, LeBron sees a chessboard. He's always 3 steps ahead, moving pieces and manipulating the defense not just to get a shot for himself, but to get the best possible shot for his team. He leads by empowering his teammates, making everyone around him better with his passing and decision-making. He controls the entire flow of a game in a way that almost no one else ever has. He can absolutely take over and score when he needs to, but his natural instinct is to be the ultimate floor general. This philosophical difference is the final piece of the puzzle. It explains everything. Their different career paths, their stats, and why fans are so divided. Do you value the relentless assassin who would do anything to win? Or do you value the strategic genius who elevates his entire team? So, after all that, who outplayed who? If we're talking about the 22 times they faced each other, the answer is clear and simple. LeBron outplayed Kobe. LeBron won 16 of those games and had better individual stats in almost every category. By the numbers, he was the better player when they went head-to-head. If we look at their overall careers, the answer also seems to be in LeBron's favor. LeBron has higher career averages in points, rebounds, and assists. He's the NBA's all-time leading scorer and has more MVP awards. But if we look at the one thing that so many fans care about most, championships, the answer gets a lot more complicated. Kobe has 5 rings to LeBron's 4. He won 2 titles as the clear-cut leader, silencing anyone who said he couldn't win on his own. For many, that 5-4 ring count is the end of the argument. The truth is, there's no easy answer. The debate will never die because it's not really about who was better. It's about what you value in a basketball player. Do you value the scoring artistry, the ice in his veins killer instinct, and the pure force of will that was the Mamba? Do you value the 5 rings and the legacy of a player who was the ultimate warrior? If so, your guy is Kobe. Or do you value the all-around impact, the statistical dominance, the basketball superbrain that makes an entire team better, and unbelievable longevity? Do you value the player who has been the best player on 4 championship teams and dominated his rivals head-to-head? If so, your guy is LeBron. LeBron may have outplayed Kobe in their individual games, but the debate over who had the better career will rage on forever. They were 2 different kinds of great, 2 legends who took different roads to the top of the mountain, and we were the lucky ones who got to watch it all. So now, I'm turning it over to you. You've heard all the evidence. Who do you think was the superior player? Was it the 5-time champion with the Mamba mentality? Or the all-time leading scorer with the statistical dominance? Let me know your definitive choice in the comments below.